What's up, and welcome to Unspoken Conversations. I'm James Crow, and here we talk about issues and situations that are in plain sight. Things that people hate to talk about, but it needs to be said, from relationships, families, friends, and life. Our goal is to shed light and understanding so that just maybe we can start to rebuild relationships, families, and ultimately, our communities. What's up, guys, and welcome back. So this is for the couples. This is for men and women. All right. Should your partner and their ex be allowed to take their kids, not yours, their kids, in a car together, out of town, to one of the kids' sporting events without you? Understand that. Should your partner be able to go out of town in the same car with their kids without you to one of their kids' sporting events or a birthday party at, I don't know, World of Fun, Oceans of Fun, whatever. Who cares? Whatever you name it. Should they be allowed to do this without you? It's kind of a tough one, right? It shouldn't be that tough. It all boils down to the relationship between your partner and their ex. If they have a pretty decent and respectful relationship, and you can see clean and clear that they deal with each other, but they really don't deal with each other on that level that makes it sneaky. You get what I'm saying? Questionable. No, they don't deal with each other that makes it questionable for you. You get what I'm saying? They talk to each other, but they say real shit. They talk to each other, but they don't go overboard. They don't play those little goofy little, you know what I'm saying, those little sexual games with each other. They don't flirt. You get what I'm saying? Is it possible that some shit could still go on? Is it possible that they could still link up and play grab ass and here and there? It is possible. But like I said, it boils down to the relationship between those two people. And it boils down to your level of trust for your person, right? What you know of your person, the loyalty of the person that you're dealing with. It boils down to that. If you're dealing with a good, solid person, you ain't got much to deal with. If they play you, if they step out of line and they go behind your back and they do some bullshit with their ex while on a sporting event with their kids, you know what I'm saying, their kids, then you got a problem with the person. You're not the problem, and the ex ain't the problem. You got a problem with your person. You get what I'm saying? So understand, a lot of y'all saying, I trust you, I don't trust the person. I trust my partner, I don't trust the other person. And what you'll do is you'll put limitations on your partner because you don't trust the other person. And to me, that's ass backwards. I don't think you should put limitations on your partner unless your partner has showed signs of an infidel. Your partner has showed signs of weaknesses and manipulation and bullshit fuckery. Then it makes sense. You know what I mean? If that's who your partner is, maybe they shouldn't be going on trips with their ex. Maybe they should be dealing with the ex on that level. You know what I mean? Because clearly it shows that they cannot be trusted. You know what I mean? That's all it is. That's all it is. Your partner can either be trusted or they can't be trusted. If your partner's still flirting back and forth with their baby daddy or their baby mama, you got some different shit going on. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about flirting around playing here and there. If they because people can say those little slick shits here and there and it completely be a joke. Completely be a joke. You know if they serious or not. And if they serious and you see it or you hear it and you don't say nothing, now it's a you problem because you're dealing with the wrong one. So I don't know. Me personally, I wouldn't have a problem with my kids, with my woman going on a trip. Let's say driving to an hour and a half trip to the very next state or to the, a couple towns over or whatever for one of the kids' sporting events, and they ride in the same car to save gas, right? If they're not beefing, they're not fighting, they're not really friends, I would say, but it's like business. This is business, and they have to handle this business together. First off, I would go. To provide clarity in my relationship, I would go. It'd be a different thing if she didn't want me to go. That's different. Now that changes things. It'd also be different if he didn't want me to go, and she was okay with him wanting me to not go, and she was okay with me not going because he didn't want me to go. That's a whole nother thing too. But if he didn't mind me going, and she didn't mind me going, and I was okay with going, now we can eliminate all bullshit, and I can go. First off, that's how I would play that. But on the other end of it, if I didn't necessarily, I couldn't go for whatever reason. Let's just say, I don't know, I had some other shit going on. I had some work. I had whatever, another party. I had, you know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, I couldn't go. If I truly trust this woman and I know how she moves, I can see how she moves. I'm very observant. I can see when she's up to no good and bullshit. If that's not how she is as a person, and her baby daddy don't be playing no bullshit games, I know she would never give in and go backwards. I know she would never do that because she don't move like that. You know what I mean? Then I wouldn't have a problem with her going with him. I wouldn't. But that tells a lot about the person that you are to be able to see this shit in your partner. And it also says a lot about your partner. The fact that you do see these things and your partner does have there's something great about them. You get what I'm saying? Great morals and all that shit. They're a good person. It says a lot about both of y'all when y'all got that going on. So again, I could accept it only if I knew how my woman moves. I knew I pay attention to everything and I see that she don't play those bullshit games. There's no level of trust that she crosses with me. You get what I'm saying? Her and her baby daddy don't give me any reason to worry. If that's the case, I could allow it. I definitely could allow it. You know what I mean? And I also understand I am not going to try to keep them from fucking around. If they're out there on that road, the kids is with them first off. So if they get a hotel room to stay for 2 nights because they got a game or whatever tonight, and then they got a basketball game the next night, and I can't be there neither one of the nights, and I know they have to get a room, and they rode there in one car, and they split the bills, they split all the bills, they split the room, and they split the gas. It makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. It ain't got to make sense to you. You get what I'm saying? So if y'all don't want to do it, that is y'all. Me personally, the question is could you deal with it? What do? You see what I'm saying? If you're a partner, what do you do? So in almost all cases, the person you're dealing with got kids somewhere else. Almost all cases, depending on how old you are, maybe, and what you've been through. That's neither here nor there. You know what I mean? I strongly feel like you should be able to deal with your person going somewhere else with their baby daddy or their baby mama, especially if they're good, wholesome people. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they went through in the past, the reason they end up splitting up, maybe they learned that lesson and they know not to cross paths no more. They know not to twist it up and shit like that no more. Maybe they know. If they don't, you got a different issue. But they should know better past a certain age. And you should know who you're dealing with past a certain age. You get what I'm saying? And if that's the case, then y'all could have something good. Y'all really could have something good. Let them go. Let them go. Don't put limitations on them like that. If some shit comes to the fan later, or some shit hits the fan later and you find out all this nasty shit, deal with it then. But don't go into it thinking, no, I'm not finna let y'all do this. I'm not finna let y'all. What if you play me this? Do you not understand that if they was going to sneak around behind your back out there on the road and you don't want them to go out there on the road and you don't want them to do it out there, don't you understand that if they was going to do it there, they're going to do it here in the same city? If she or he, your partner is going to do it with anybody, they're going to do it regardless. You thinking they baby daddy. Most likely they're not going to move backwards. They're going to move forward. They're going to find somebody else. If they're going to do it with them, they're going to do it with somebody else. Most likely. So you have to be careful with your way of looking at, I ain't finna let nobody do this to me. I ain't finna put myself in a position. You got to be careful with that. You got to be careful with that. If you trust your partner, then you should be okay with your partner being able to maneuver and be around your kids' fucking dad or they your kid's mom. You should be okay with it. You know what I mean? I can sit here and I can think about me dealing with a woman, and let's just say she got kids, whether it be one, whether it be four, don't matter, right? And she got kids with another dude, and the kids' dad's side having a family reunion. Excuse me. And for sake of the kids, my chick needs to go to the family reunion. Why? Because there's going to be pictures at the family reunion. There's going to be pictures at the family reunion. Now, some of y'all say, she don't need to be there. She don't need to be around them people. Here's what I'm saying. When those kids go to take pictures at the family reunion, they got their dad's side. But for any aunts, uncles, and other cousins and all the other grandparents and all this shit, don't you think that they may want to see the picture of the mama when they see the kids? It tells a story. So when the kid's mama is there, but the mama and the daddy ain't together no more. When the kid's mama is there, at least she can be in pictures. They ain't got to be in pictures standing beside each other like they together. They ain't got to do that. And if they are, it's fucking pictures. Y'all pull your panties up, man. Some of y'all get all ass hurt about some shit that's supposed to be degular. Some shit that's supposed to be like real shit. Y'all get mad about you sensitive as hell. This woman, my woman in that case, she's supposed to be able to go to the family reunion, show her face, take pictures so that when the pictures go in people's family reunion pictures and people's photo albums in the family, they know who the kid's mama is. You know what I'm saying? I remember seeing photo albums when I was young, right? And I was looking at photo albums and I was like, when I say young, I mean like teenagers, late teenagers about to go into 20s. And I remember seeing in my 20s too, being down in Arkansas with my mom's mom and my dad's people, right? Seeing photo albums. So I'm like, Auntie, who's this? That's your dad's so and so. Your dad knew that person such and such. Your mom knew that person such and such. You get what I'm saying? I met a dude. I seen pictures of a dude that my mom dated a long time ago. It was just a date, but he wasn't family. You get what I'm saying? So me looking at this picture and I'm saying everybody in these pictures is family. No, this dude wasn't family. So in order for me to see the picture of the dude, now I know the dude wasn't family. Just a dude mom dated. No big deal. And it was only one picture. You get what I'm saying? No big deal. Done. You see what I'm saying? So in a picture of a photo album in somebody's house, in grandma's house, in auntie's house, in one of the cousins' house, when those girls get older and go down there and go over there and go visit these people, the other side of the people, and they got these other people now have a photo album, and these kids, your partner's kids is in this picture. At least then, the kids can say, "Oh yeah, damn! I don't even have the picture of my mom and dad. Can I get a copy of this?" You get what I'm saying? Look at that. It may be the only picture that kid may get of their mom and their dad in the same portrait. See what I'm saying? So it's not a problem. It's a problem when you make it a problem. I strongly believe that it helps the kids on that road trip. Let's say, like I was saying, the two have to go to a sporting event for the kids, right? The message that it puts in the kid's mind that mom and dad ain't together, but they can be in the same room without arguing and fighting. They can be in the same car without arguing and fighting. They can put their differences aside for the sake of the kids. Do you see the message that is put into these kids? But some of you selfish motherfuckers ain't willing to see this and ain't willing to deal with it for the sake of your kids. It's all about you. Now who's the fucking kid? Who's the childish motherfucker now? Which one of you motherfuckers is childish now? You, him, ladies, you, the dude, him, or these kids? Who's the childish one now? Yeah. Think about that. You're so willing to fuss and fight. You're so willing to. I'm going to jail. That you're willing to risk what's going on with the kids, how they think, how they feel. You're willing to risk all that. It is for the kids. It is for the kids. Mom showing up, putting her differences aside, riding in the car with dad. Yes, it may be uncomfortable. It may be uncomfortable for dad. It may be uncomfortable for mom. But when them kids are sitting there and they may be thinking, these kids, regardless of what age they are, these kids may be sitting in the back seat looking at mom, looking at dad like, this is beautiful. They're not fighting. They're not fighting. They're divorced. They're not together no more, but they're not fighting. I can ask mom, I can sing a song with dad while we riding in the car, and then I can sing a song with mom while we riding in the car, and this feels like family again. It's not a problem that they feel like family again. It doesn't mean that you're forgotten. You get what I'm saying? Because you have to understand this everybody in this car is a family. But now your partner has another family with you, and that other person has another family somewhere else. There's 3 families right here, and you failing to realize that. You're failing to realize it. But for the sake of them kids, yeah, it tells a huge story when mom and dad can put their differences aside for the sake of the kids, and they can make things work for the sake of the kids. They can work together for the sake of the kids outside of each one's feelings and opinions and bullshit, right? It says a lot to the kids. And some of y'all need to learn that goddamn lesson. Some of y'all ain't willing to stop fighting in front of your kids because of your feelings and their feelings. And you will literally sit here and fuss and fight and argue and talk shit to each other and call each other names, degrading one another. And the kids is right here and can hear it. What the fuck? What the?
What's the matter with you?
That nigga's tripping.
It's beyond me. It's beyond me. There's some things I ain't gonna do. That's one of them. But damn, we into the 16-minute mark. Well, I'm gonna chop that one right there. But hopefully that made sense. Hopefully it made sense. If it didn't, I don't know what to tell you. One of us is lost. Till next time, have a good night.
They are so full of the cap, man.